Have you ever found yourself trying to compare two things and you just end up sounding kind of biased or all over the place? Well, today we are breaking down a simple but incredibly powerful formula that is going to completely change the way you make arguments.
So, here's what we're going to do. First, we'll see a perfectly balanced argument in the wild. Then we're going to decode the four-part formula that makes it tick. After that, we'll actually apply it to some new topics. And finally, we'll talk about why this is about to become your new favorite communication tool.
So, really, how do you compare two different ideas without sounding disorganized or like you've already picked a side? Look, it's something a lot of us struggle with, but it turns out there's a template for that, and it makes it unbelievably easy. Let's get right into it. All right, first things first. Let's look at a complete, polished example. I'm not going to explain a thing just yet. I just want you to listen to how this comparison between, say, beach lovers and mountain lovers flows so naturally.
Let's see. I'd say that travel preferences usually differ. Extroverts are more attracted to vibrant destinations, like sunny beaches. They tend to seek social interaction. However, introverts often gravitate towards more serene spots, such as misty mountains, which give them a sense of solitude. Honestly, I think there are exceptions. Both sides can find common ground in enjoying breathtaking landscapes. Pretty smooth, right? It sounds so considered and persuasive. But here's the secret. It was built using a really simple, repeatable formula. Let's pull back the curtain. You know, that argument that sounded so sophisticated, it's actually built on just 4 simple parts. Seriously, it's a structure that anyone can learn and start using right away. Let's see how it's put together. Okay, here they are, the 4 core steps. Honestly, you should think of this like a recipe you can use for any topic. You've got your opener to state the difference, then a spot for group 1, a spot for group 2, and you finish up by finding that all-important common ground. Simple as that.
So the opener is absolutely key. Kicking things off with a phrase like, "I'd say that topic usually differs," does something really important. It immediately tells your listener that you're looking at this from a balanced perspective, not just pushing your own opinion. It frames the whole discussion perfectly.
Next up, you describe the first group. And the key phrase to remember here is, are more attracted to. You follow that with their preference, and then, and this is crucial, their motivation, what they tend to seek. That 2-part description adds some real substance to your point.
Now to bring in the other side, that little word, however, is your best friend. It's the pivot. And then you hit them with this fantastic phrase, often gravitate towards. It's such a subtle but really powerful choice of words.
So, why gravitate towards? What's so special about that? Well, think about it. It suggests a natural pull, right? A tendency, not some absolute unbreakable rule. And using language like that makes your argument feel so much more nuanced and believable. You're showing that you get the complexity, and that instantly builds credibility.
And then, the grand finale, the masterstroke, finding that common ground. Starting with a phrase like, honestly, I think, makes it feel personal, authentic, and thoughtful. This final step is what takes your comparison from just a list of differences to a truly well-rounded conclusion.
Okay, theory's great, but let's put this thing to the test. Now that we know the formula, let's see just how flexible it is. This is where you'll really see how this thing can become your new go-to communication tool. All right, here's a big one. Remote work versus the office. You know this debate, right? People have some strong opinions on both sides. So let's see how our formula can cut through the noise and organize this argument cleanly and fairly. Okay, watch how easily this just snaps into place. We could say something like, young employees are more attracted to remote work as they tend to seek autonomy and work-life balance. However, managers often gravitate towards the office, which gives them a sense of oversight and face-to-face collaboration. See that? It just flows.
And to bring it all home, we find the common ground. Honestly, I think there are exceptions. Both sides can find common ground in hybrid working models that offer both flexibility and connection. And boom, just like that, a complete balanced argument in seconds.
And this formula is a total chameleon. Look at this table. Take studying. Solitary learners are attracted to deep concentration, while group learners gravitate towards diverse perspectives. The common ground? A hybrid approach. Or how about learning styles? Children are attracted to interactive games, while adults often gravitate towards structured lectures. Their common ground is a shared passion for the subject. As you can see, it just works time and time again. So, you can probably tell by now, this isn't just some clever trick. This is a genuinely powerful new tool for your communication toolkit. Let's talk about why it's so darn effective.
So what's the secret sauce here?
Well, first, it gives you instant structure, so you're not just rambling. It actually forces you to consider both sides, which makes you sound way more credible. It uses specific, persuasive language to add that nuance, and it all builds up to this really thoughtful, collaborative conclusion. And maybe best of all, it's so easy to adapt to pretty much any topic you can think of.
So now it's your turn. What's on your mind? Cats versus dogs, a book versus the movie, city life versus country life. Take this formula and see how persuasive you can be. What two things are you going to compare first?